The physical layout and design of your business documents is the reader's first impression of you. Make sure it's a good one. Let's take a look at using figures in business communication. Any visual that is not a table is classified as a figure. Graphs transform numbers into pictures with shapes, patterns, and shading. They take statistical data presented in tables and put them into a rising or falling line or steep to gentle curves. Two main types of graphs are a simple line graph and multi-line graphs. Because graphs actually show change, they're more dramatic than tables. You'll make the reader's job easier by using a graph rather than a table. Here are some guidelines on creating great graphs. Use no more than 3 lines in a multi-line graph so readers can interpret the graph more easily. Label each line or color it to identify what it represents. In a multi-line graph, keep each line distinct by using different colors, dots or dashes or symbols. Make sure you plot enough points to show a reasonable and ethical range of data. Using only 3 or 4 points may distort your evidence. And keep the scale consistent and realistic. If you start with hours, don't switch to days or vice versa. Although charts and graphs may seem similar, there's a big difference between them. Graphs are usually more complex and plotted according to specific mathematical coordinates. Charts, however, do not display exact and complex mathematical data found in tables and graphs. Instead, they present the overall picture of how individual pieces of data from a graph or table relate to each other and parts of a whole. When should you use a bar chart rather than a table or a line graph? Your audience will help you decide. If you're asked to present statistics on costs for the company accountant, use a table. Because a bar chart is limited to a few columns, it cannot convey as much information as a table or a graph. However, if you're presenting the same information to a group of stockholders or to a diverse group of employees, a bar chart may be more relevant and persuasive. An organizational chart pictures the chain of command in a company or agency with lines of authority stretching down from the chief executive through managers and employees. A pictograph uses picture symbols called pictograms to represent differences in statistical data. Each symbol or icon stands for a specific number, quantity, or value. Here are some guidelines for creating great pictographs. Choose an appropriate symbol for the topic, such as a smartphone icon to represent the increase of the number of sales of iPhones. Always indicate the precise quantities involved by placing the numbers after the pictures or at the top of the visual. And increase the number of symbols rather than their sizes, because differences in size are often difficult to construct accurately and harder for readers to interpret. The maps you use on the job may range from highly sophisticated and detailed geographic tools to simple sketches. Photographs can provide many advantages. They can show what an object looks like, demonstrate how to perform a procedure, compare relative sizes and shapes of objects, and compare and contrast scenes or procedures. Drawings can show where an object is located or how a tool or machine is put together. An infographic combines a variety of visuals, for example bar charts, graphs, icons, and photographs, with numerical data to give readers an easy-to-understand overview or timeline of a complex process. Infographics tell a story. Visuals are crucial to the success of your written work. In fact, visuals work in conjunction with your writing to summarize, inform, illustrate, and persuade.